Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Melissa, Hannah, Sarah, Debbie, Steph. Hello. Just sorting bags. It's like the bane of my life. I love to do it when I have the time. I just never have the time to sort the bags. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to everybody. Hello, 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 hello. I'm not going to see comments just for a minute, just while I get enough bags for today. Oh. Hello, 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 hello. I hope we're all well. Had a good start to our week. Oh, put them in here. Hello. It is so very hot, isn't it? Like, ridiculously so. Are we all okay? So, I do have a few updates, not massively so, but a couple. So I'll just wait for a couple more people to come on, and then I will start. Hello. So I will say, if I start with monthly charm deal, will be the 3rd, I believe it is. Now I've said it and I need to double check. But the first Wednesday, it is the 3rd. So 3rd of July is the July monthly charm deal. So that is on the website now. It will go, it is obviously on there at discounted price at the moment. It will go up to normal price after the live on the 3rd. So yeah, that's definitely happening on 3rd. So, Lisa, welcome. Hi, Steph, Suzanne, Emma, Diane, Jill, Shirley, and Jane. Hello, hello, hello. Now, hang on, I'm almost finished, then I'll be with you properly. Sorry, I never look at the bags until just before the live. I don't even know what if you can see me at the moment. Hang on. Okay, right. That will have to do. That will have to do. Let's just... can you see me? Where's the camera? Oh, you can see me. Okay, so let's pop the rest of these ones in here. And then I'm with you. Perfect. So, so there isn't a new game yet because I still have... Oh, I haven't got it down. I'll go grab that in a second. I've got the last of the hatch games tonight. So once they are done, I can then start launching the new games. So that's why there isn't a new game yet. We do still have oysters and egg pops available. I am on the last of my oysters. I do have a delivery coming, so I'm hoping... I ordered in plenty of time this time, so we didn't have the debacle that happened last time. So I'm hoping we won't see the difference. Like, I'm hoping you'll never know like the transition, because I have had a delivery in between then, but I never got to sort of see the end of the fridge before the next one's arrived, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping that, yeah, you won't again know the difference that they've come in, but we'll see. But I'm just warning you, just in case they don't, that we might have to go to egg pops. But like I say, hopefully it won't be. Perline is here. She's just behind the curtain. I'll grab her now. She was got down earlier. And I need to grab the hatch box as well. So updates wise, like I said, the game will be coming soon. The monthly charm deal date is on Wednesday the 3rd. And do keep an eye out. So from the start of July, I will have to sort of say about orders, because I'm having some time off towards the end of July. So because of that, my timings of delivery may be slightly different. Oh, where did he put her? Well, if you can't see, I'm just behind the curtain. Oh, did he put... Oh, he's put her on the other side. So yeah, I will be doing a post about timings as well. But yeah, just a pre-warning. If you did need something for a certain timing, I'm away at the end of July, or having time off towards July, so please keep that in mind. Okay, so I have put, there we go, and we're here. I have put the order list on the page. If you have ordered, if you would like to order, I can update the order list as well. Sorry, I thought I was prepped for today, but apparently I've left everything everywhere. Pearline is here, perfect. And let me just add the donated pearls to her, and then we'll get started. We need like a bingo. See, I used to do bingo, and I still have the bingo board that we used to do. But it just doesn't work with if it's done on timings. Maybe if somebody picks their own numbers and you can't have a double up of numbers, maybe that would work. Possibly, I don't know. I'd have to have a look into it. But yeah, possibly. I was thinking maybe to bring the buzz back as well, or to just go something completely new. Who knows? So let's get started. I'm just putting this lid on properly. It's very, very crazy. Oh, bless you, Donna. So you've emailed on Friday. I am what day is it today? Tuesday. So if you haven't got a reply, I may be slightly behind on emails. I thought I did do a massive chunk of them yesterday and today. So if you haven't got a reply, I apologise. It means that you'll most likely get a reply tomorrow. So yeah, if you've emailed, then that's perfect. So I won't be able to have a look now whilst I'm live, but I can definitely then, if you've included all of the information, I can get back to you. When I say information, I mean like the order number, and obviously what you'd like me to look into, and then I can get back to you that way. Pearline, you're going to be in the way, my love. Oh. There, she'll have to go there. Right, so up first today is... Perlinko was a great game, wasn't it? It's just, like I said, if I did that kind of thing, it would have to be where you couldn't double up winning, because it wasn't fair, because some people's connections are faster, some people can type faster, so it just wasn't fair in the end to do it. That's why we had to stop. So yeah, I can possibly think of something like that if we could do it in a very fair way. Up first today is Deborah Davey. Deborah, are you here? I don't have them at the moment, Jane. Ducks? Oh, you want the ducks back? The duck game? I mean, I do have more ducks. I could do the duck game again. Deborah, hello. Hello. I hope you're well. Oh, I've got a hair tickling me. So Deborah, you've got a hatch and then your openings afterwards. So if we do your hatch first, and then we'll do your openings after. So with your hatch, is there anything in particular that you're hoping for? Love the duck game. So can I ask, guys, a little bit of feedback here then. What was so good about the duck game? Was it the fact that you got to keep a duck? Was it just the concept that you get to pick a duck and sort of collect those as well as the jewellery? Was it the interaction? I can't remember so it was the correct amount of opening for the item of jewellery, wasn't it? Like, what was the duck? What was the draw? Because everyone loves the duck game. Right, Deborah, maybe a pendant. Okay, so there is 4 in here, so let me give them a mix. And we've got this one, so let's go down and good luck. Not much movement in here. Oh. Oh, you've got one of the new bracelets. This one has not been shown before. So this is a bridal white, a coral, and a dark chocolate. So a bridal white, a coral, and a dark chocolate. Now the item of jewellery, like I said, it is a bracelet, and I haven't shown this one before yet. So it's quite a, oh, I love it. So the bracelet itself, it's like the bar here. Now the pearl can and does need to be attached onto there. However, I don't know, sorry, it doesn't need to be, because if you've got like a lobster fitting or a small lobster fitting with a pearl or a charm on, you can also attach it onto here. So obviously if I popped it on there, it then, so it's, you've got a little curved bar where you then attach that, and then the bracelet goes around. It is very simple, this one, but it is gorgeous, especially because you can have it interchangeable. So I can pop the pearl on there, or you can choose to keep this off and then you can put pearls or charms on there. What do you think to that one, Deborah? Your choice is you can choose to keep both the jewellery and the pearls, or you can swap the jewellery for a lucky dip, or you can swap the pearls for a oyster. Of course you can, and no, of course, it's not a problem. So let's bring you back up, and then the lucky dip pot. If I just mix this first. And then good, is the camera up? Yeah, good luck, Deborah. Oh, I've got quite a big handful here. And oh, we're swapping for a different bracelet. So this one is 7.5 inches long. Of course, 925 Simba. And Simba? Oh, it starts 925 silver. This is called the double twist bracelet, I believe. So on each of these larger circle links, you can put a pearl or a charm, okay? And then you've got these double twist links. So these two little links, so they are long, they are twisted, and then they've got the circle end to link the links together. And then they do move independently of each other. It's quite hard to show you, but they can sort of, yeah, they do move independently of each other. So again, this one you can choose to have the pearl on or off the jewellery. Deborah, I hope you're happy with that one. Now I'm going to leave your pearls in the sand because we do have 2 openings as well. Okay, so we're going to do your, that's more you, that's perfect. So at the end, I'm going to ask you if you'd like to have a pearl on or off there, and then of course you can pick which pearl you'd like as well. So you get 2 openings. Would you like to have oysters or egg pops, or one of each? And then I've got Pearline here ready because you also get one of the donated pearls as well. I should have counted how many I put in there actually. Actually no, we'll just do it. No, I will actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in there at the moment. Okay, would you like oysters or egg pops or a mix of each? One of each? Of course you can. And let's go down. So like I said, I'm gonna put the egg pop back here. Just gonna start with your gifted pals. So these were gifted forward from the last live. That one came out really quickly. You've got the lighter pastel apple green. So this gifted pal, you can choose to keep him, you can swap him out, you can put him on the jewellery. So he's yours to do with as you will. So the top three we cannot swap, this one and anything below we can do. So it's a slightly two-tonal pastel apple green. Moving on to your egg pop. With the shells here, Deborah, would you like to keep or would you like to donate them? You have got 3 pearls in that one. We've got a brighter pink, a silver bells, and a, oh, it's a darker, I'm going to say darker burgundy red. It's not quite dark enough to be a black cherry, but yeah, definitely darker burgundy red. Moving on to your oyster, you'd like to donate your shells, perfect. So in here, light pop, there's your mother of pearl. And Deborah, you are twinning. There's no more in that one. Twinning with darker pearls here. Oh, that one, I was just wiping that away, but that does look like he's slightly two-tonal. Let me see. Where did it go? Oh. So he actually looks, let me just feel if it is actually a layer. It looks like he's got a layer of nacre missing on this one. And he's like a lighter green underneath. So let me show you. So I'll show you this two-tonal one first. So he is a gorgeous dark green and he's got a little lighter spot section just there down the middle, but then also here as well. Oh, let me do it over here so hopefully the light doesn't, I mean the light is showing, but I'm hoping you can see, how can I get away from that? See now over here now it's too shaded if I block the light. So just there is that lighter section. So it just looks like he's got a slight sort of imperfection there. Of course, if you're not happy with that, we can definitely swap him. And then a dark green twin there as well. So you've got the two-tonal lighter apple green, bright pink, silver bells, darker burgundy red, and twinning dark forest greens, Deborah. What do you think to these? If you're happy with these, I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. If you're not happy, I can swap them for colours of your choice. Apart from the top 3, we cannot swap those. The two-tonal apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Bright pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Silver Bells is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the Burgundy Red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Green number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And green number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Can the green go into the studs? Yes, of course they can. Okay, so forest greens there. And then with the bracelet, would you like to have a pearl on there, or would you like to leave that with no pearl? So I've got midnight blues, or did you mean a mystic purple? So the silver bells. So if it's mystic purple, I don't actually have, so we'll have to pop you on a waiting list for the mystic purple. If it's this midnight blue, then I do obviously have one of those available. So it's just up to you. What do you think? But we'd like to have the white on the bracelet. That's perfect. I'm just going to write that down for you. So the brightest midnight blue . Possibly this one. Hoop fittings on the green, the pink and the burgundy. Okay, so that leaves you with the coral, the midnight blue and that dark deep chocolate as your loose pearls. Is that correct? Oh, a hoop on the blue as well. So coral and chocolate as your loose pearls. So you'd like to be invoiced for a hoop fitting on the pink, the midnight, the burgundy red and the pastel apple. Thank you, Bab. And then happy with these as your loose pearls. Perfect. Deborah, I hope you're happy with that then, my lovely. Let me pop these on here. Thank you ever so much for the donations with your shells, Deborah. The invoice that will get sent across for you tomorrow, it will go to the email address that's on the order form. And I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. I've just popped that safely up there for you. Oh, bless you, Deborah. Right, up next then today is Lisa Brownston. Or Brownston. Sorry, Lisa. Lisa Brownston. Are you here? Lisa, hello, hello, hello. This is your first opening. Oh, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we get. Okay, so you've got 4 openings and a 4 pearl oyster. So if I get the 4 pearl oyster for you, with the 4 openings, would you like to have oysters or egg pops or a mix of each? If it's a mix of each, I'll need to know how many of each you'd like to have. So this one here is your 4 pearl oyster. Which other openings would you like? Two of each. Perfect. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So what we're going to do is do the gifted pearl first, then the egg pops, then the oysters. So the egg pops, they are just sitting behind there. I know you can't really see them, but they're there. So are there certain colours you're hoping for, Lisa? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? And your gifted pearl is a denim blue. So with this, it can just treat it as one of your normal pearls. You can swap him, you can choose him for the jewellery, keep him. It is yours as to do with as you will. So denim blue gifted pearl there. If we then move on to your egg pops, so egg pop number 1. Two pearls in that one. You've got a lighter rose gold and a darker lavender. That blue and lavender together is gorgeous. So rose gold and lavender. Moving on to egg pop number 2. 4 pearls in that one, and you have got another lavender. Now this one is more I was going to say it's more Cinderella, but he's very close to this one, although there is that difference there. If I hold it still, can you see this one's like a darker denim, this one's a slightly different, I mean, they're so close, slightly different tone. So that is a lighter Cinderella, just are so close. Bright yolk yellow and then a darker rose gold. So if I put them together as well, lighter rose gold and then a darker rose gold. Moving through to your, this is a normal oyster, so I'll do the 4 pearl oyster last. Okay, so normal oyster number 1. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Was we donating the shells? Oh, let me go back up. Hoping for periwinkle and pink and pickle. Love the denim blue. Let me know. I'm going to pop the shells to the side, but let me know if you would like to keep them or if you're happy to donate them. So if we donate them, bless you, Lisa. Thank you for confirming there. And 1 and 2. There's no more in that one. So you are twinning. Just cleaning them up. Oh, you're twinning with gorgeous blurple twins. Now these are more purple blurple, so I'm going to say they're almost close to like a mystic purple, like a dark mystic purple, but we can definitely see that blue overtone with them. As I said, I think there's more purple in them than blue, but we can definitely see the blue hints to them there. So gorgeous blurple twins. Now it does look like actually that one's slightly darker than the other, but it's not a massive difference. Oyster number 2. So again, this is your normal oyster here. Light pop there. Oh, there is a pearl blister in there. Again, definitely no pearls on that side though. And you are twinning for a second time, Lisa. Now, these are Cinderella blue twins again. Now, these ones are definitely darker than those other lighter ones. So as we saw in the last live, as with any of the colours, so like the denims, they are slightly darker, lighter. The Cinderella blues are like a darker Smurfy blue tone. But again, you can get slightly lighter and darker ones. So if I just get this focused and then I can zoom in and you can see the difference between the blues here. There we go. So there we are. So if you have a look here, this one is just slightly lighter. Gorgeous blues. Moving on to your last oyster, which is the 4 pearl oyster. Double pop there. And I can see peepers straight away. There's your mother of pearl. Now if I hold this up here, I can definitely see 3 there. 1, 2, 3. Now let's have a squidge, or I can feel in there. Let's just work it out. There we go. And 4. And you are, of course, quadding with that last oyster. Now, if I dry these up as well, and then we'll go through these colours for you, Lisa, and then you can let me know what you think. Oh, this is perfect. So we've got a denim blue here, which is similar to the first denim blue. So hopefully we can see. So yeah, there we go. There's a denim which has got that same tone as the first one. I'm hoping we can see the difference here. So denim blue, then an even darker, that is a dark, deep rose gold. Now these ones are the ones which sort of sought after. It's just, they don't get into the swaps very often, so you can sort of see the difference there. You've then got a icy blue, so a brighter icy blue, and a larger bridal white as well. So if we go from the top, you've got the denim blue, rose gold, lavender, lighter Cinderella, golden yolk yellow, lavender, and then a rose gold, again slightly darker than the first. Twinning Blurples, twinning Cinderella, then a denim blue, a dark rose gold, an icy blue, and a larger bridal white. Now I'll run these through the board for you. However, what do you think to these? If you're happy with them, Lisa, I'll need to know which ones you'd like on the jewellery. If you're not happy, I can swap them for colours of your choice. And then again, I'll just need to know which ones you'd like where. So the gifted blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. The lightest rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the first lavender is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The first lighter Cinderella blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Yolk yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he is a 7.5. The lavender is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the second rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8 as well. Twin Blurple number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, he's a 6. Twin Blurple number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, he's a 6. Cinderella blue number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Cinderella blue number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. So again, they're measuring the same size. Denim blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, he is a 6. The darkest rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. And the bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5 as well. Cinderella twins on the earrings, perfect. And then with your other pearls here, you'll be able to use and swap around in cage pendants. So it will just be, I spelt that wrong then, Cinderella blues. It would just be if you're happy with these colours, or if there are any here that you would like to swap at all. I do ship to Australia, Nicole, yes. So I do ship internationally. Swap the yellow for a green. Okay, are you happy with an apple green, or would you, so if I show you an apple green, or if you're not happy with this one, I've got forest greens, sea greens and tidal greens. Babs, bless you. Thank you for the stars there. It's very, very kind of you. Apple, that's lovely. Okay, are there any other swaps that you would like to do? And then keep the rest as they are. Brilliant, Lisa. So if I pop these in here for you, my lovely. Oh, don't start again, stay please. I was talking to myself, not you guys. I didn't want to have runaways again today. Lisa, thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. If I pop this on here, oh, out of staples, and I'm going to need more staples. Okay, and that's safe up there for you. So again, I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. You're very, very welcome. I haven't done one yet, Amy. If I just print these off and then I can do that for you. Okay, so up next then today is Lisa Monahan, sorry. Lisa Monahan, are you here? Lisa, hello. Working on the bracelet, pals. So are these ones that you'd like me to keep here, or would you like me to send them to you? Just let me know at the end what you'd like to do. But yeah, you just have to tell me each time, otherwise I will automatically send them on. So just, yeah, make sure I make a note of it, my lovely. But you'd like to have 2 pops, 3 oysters. Okay. Donate the shells. 1, 2 and 3. And 2 pops, hoping for greens and blues. And then you also get a gifted pal. So let's go down. Again, the egg pops are just behind there. So gifted pal first. Good luck. Oh, flew off the end there, but you've got a golden peach as your gifted pal. Again, this one you can choose to do with as you will. We can swap him, you can keep him. That's perfect, Lisa. Just so I can make the note on this order as well. just because I don't want to, if I don't make the note on each one, it will get sent, if that makes sense. So I'll make the note on this one as well, my lovely. So golden peach there. Oh, bring this back for egg pop number 1. So fingers crossed for blues and greens for you. All 3 pearls in your first one. I'm going to make a row of 4, so just going to carry on there. So this one's a darker gunmetal grey. He does look to me like he's got a hint of chocolate to him, but I think he's more base gunmetal there. Oh, you've then got a periwinkle, which I do class as blue, but I also class it as purple as well. So it's sort of a mix between blues and purples. And then you've got an autumn peach. Now the autumn peach is a slightly funky shape. He's not fully round. If you can see, he's got it looks like, if I hold it like that, slightly straighter edges and rounder tops, if that makes sense. Now, of course, because he is a funky shape, if you would like to swap him again at the end, just let me know and we can do that for you. So dark gunmetal, periwinkle and an autumn peach. Egg pop number 2. Oh, they flew out then, and 3 pearls in that one. This one is a dark, oh, let's just get it focused. A dark chocolate. There we go. So you can, oh, okay, he looks like he's got an imperfection as well. Look at him. So he's got like a little smiley face on him. So again, we can definitely see the chocolate here, but we do have that little inclusion there. So again, if you're not happy, we can definitely swap him at the end for a colour of your choice. A larger dove grey and a bridal white as well. Then moving on to your oysters. So oyster number 1. Lights pop there. There's your mother of pearl. I'm actually going to move that out the way now. Straight away I can see a larger, oh, and you are twinning. Lisa, you was hoping for blues and straight away twinning with Pepsi Blue twins. Visually, they do look like they're the same size. Possibly one is slightly darker than the other. So the one that's under the white may be slightly darker, but again, there's not a lot in it, if you can see that there. So the slight differences, but gorgeous Pepsi Blue twins. Your next oyster. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. So there is a little bit of flesh there, but we can definitely see there's no pearls on that side. However, I can see again another gorgeous peeper. Oh, no way. Lisa, you are twinning for a second time. Again, Pepsi Blue twins. Now, these are slightly darker, slightly smaller than the first pair. So they are very different in a way. Look at those. So yeah, different shades of Pepsi Blue, but again, are that base colour. And then last oyster, and then I'll go through all of the colours again for you. Okay, so light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And you are twinning for a third time. Twinning with lighter raspberry twins this time. So again, let me just dry them up for you. So raspberries, again, we get all the different shades. I say the ones we've got here are sort of the lightest I would say we go or have seen with them so far. They can go really, really bright, but these are the gorgeous lighter shade of raspberry. What do you think to all of these? So from the top, you've got Golden Peach, Gunmetal Grey, Periwinkle, Autumn Peach, Dark Chocolates, Dove Grey, Bridal White, Twinning Raspberries, and then 2 sets of Pepsi Blue Twins, one larger and lighter, one smaller and darker. So if I go through and measure these for you, and then let me know what you think here, Lisa, and if there's any swaps that you would like me to do. So Golden Peach number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Darker Gunmetal is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The Periwinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the Autumn Peach is not a 5, not a 5, oh, it's a runaway. Not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, sorry, he is a 7.5. The Dark Chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Dove Grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Bridal White is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Then Raspberry number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, he's a 6. Raspberry number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, he's a 6. Pepsi Twin 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Pepsi Twin 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5, so they're measuring the same size. And the second set, Twin 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Twin 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. You love them. Can you have the smaller Pepsi on Simple Studs and also the raspberries? Yes, of course. So 2 sets of studs. And what do you think to the other colours here? Swap all but the blues. Okay, and are you counting the Periwinkle to keep or to swap? So I'm going to line up them on this side, and that's just because each time you swap one in, I'll take the pearl away, so then I know how many I've got left to swap for you. So yeah, it just depends. If I leave it there for a second, would you like to keep the Periwinkle or move the Periwinkle away? Periwinkle to keep. Brilliant, my lovely. Then can I go on the wait list for Cinderella Blues? Of course. How many would you like to have? Do I have pearls set, or can you have them sent as is? Oh no, you can have them as they are, Nicole. You don't have to have them drilled on the jewellery. I drill them myself, so you can have them as they are. I just clean them up a little bit, polish them up slightly, and then send them on to you loose as they are. So yeah, you don't have to have them on jewellery if you don't want to. Lisa, you'd like to go on the wait list for 2 Cinderella Blues. Okay. Perfect. So, I'm just going to take 2 away for on here. You've still got another 4 colours to choose. Have I got a note on here? Not that I think as soon as they arrive, they're going to be all fulfilled with the Cinderella Blues. So I don't think I need to track it, because I've got I've got a large amount arriving. So yeah, I don't think I need to track it, because as soon as they're here, everyone is just going to be fulfilled. 2 midnight blues, 2 tidal greens. Okay. So with your jewellery then, would you like me to keep the studs here as well? Or would you like me to invoice you for P&P and send the studs on? So it just depends if you're happy for them to stay here and wait for your pearls for the jewellery, or would you like I say, to receive them sooner, but I would then have to invoice you for P&P. So I'll show you these colours here. Let me just take these 4 away and let me know, are you happy with those? At the moment you can still order for tonight, yes. I'll do an updated order list shortly. So if you would like to order, I can add you on. Yes, send the studs on. Brilliant. I'll make that note for you. With these colours here, are you happy with all of those? Joanne, bless you. Thank you for the stars. I really do appreciate it. That's awesome. And you'd like to save all of these for the bracelets. Okie dokie. So let me bring you back up, and then what I'll do is I'll include the P&P for the studs on the same invoice that it gets sent across tomorrow for the studs, if that makes sense. And then they'll get sent on as soon as they're done. But then the actual order form and the pearls will be kept back for you. Okay, until you obviously let me know. So, where's my pen? Let me write this down. And then perfect, I've got that down for you, my lovely. You're very, very welcome. And thank you for the donations with your shells. The invoice will get sent across tomorrow to the email address on the order form. Perfect, I've got that all down for you. And yeah, because we're holding the pearls back, you won't notice the Cinderella blues. They should be here, fingers crossed, this week. So yeah, you won't notice, like you won't be waiting for them because you're holding them back anyway, if that makes sense. Okay, that's safe at that. Perfect. Up next then today is Diane Haspel. Diane, are you here? I'm so excited. Diane, hello. So you've got 2 openings altogether, Diane. I'm just marking you as here. After this opening, guys, I will do the updated order list, okay? So 2 openings altogether. 1 egg pop, 1 oyster. Donate the shells. Okay. So, oh, let's get Pearline as well. And are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So, good luck. Oh, there we go. And you've got, I believe that is the Cinderella blue. Yep, you have got a Cinderella blue. So this one got added into the, obviously the gifted pearls on the last live. And I don't touch the gifted pearls, even if there was like the rarest colour in there. I don't touch them because they have been requested to be gifted forward. So yeah, Cinderella blue is yours, Diane. Perfect. Again, at the end, you can swap it out. You can choose to keep it for it to go on the jewellery. But I've just seen that you've said you were hoping for blues and greens. So I'm guessing you're going to love that one. Right, moving on to your egg pop. 4 pearls in that one. And in here, you've got a bridal white, a lighter apple green, a magenta, I think that's magenta, yes it is magenta, and a lemon yellow. So bridal white, apple green, and that blue and green, look at those together. Oh, magenta and a lemon yellow. Moving through to your oyster. Light pop there. Oh, okay, so we do have a pearl on this side. Let me just pour that out. There we go. So there's no more pearls there now. And I can see a large peeper on here. Diane, you have triples. That dark bit there is just the oyster tail, so that's not a pearl. It's just sometimes, obviously, it can look, it doesn't look round, I would say, but because it is a different colour to the flesh, it does sometimes look like there may be something else in there. But no, that's definitely the oyster tail. So you have 3 pearls in your oyster. These colours are a denim blue. So again, you can see it's darker, just slightly darker in a like base tone than the Cinderella blues. You've got a no, I was going to say lilac purple then, I apologise. It is a lighter silver bells, so not quite a dove grey, but it is lighter silver bells. And a, I think that's an amber. No, it's a Simba peach, sorry. Simba peach. So from the top, let me go through the top again for you. Cinderella blue, bridal white, lighter apple green, magenta, lemon yellow, then denim blue, lighter silver bells, and a Simba peach. Diane, what do you think to these? If you're happy, then they are yours. If you're not happy, I can swap them for colours of your choice. And then, of course, I will need to know if you'd like to have a pearl on or off the jewellery. So the Cinderella blue, thank you, Bab, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, here's a 7.5. Bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, here's a 6.5. The green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, here's a 7. Magenta is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, here's a 7. And the lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, here's an 8.5. Denim blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, here's a 6. The silver bells is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, here's a 7.5. He does have a hint of purple. I'm going to show you him again in a second. And the peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, here's an 8.5. Now, he does, like I said, he has that slight, like, lilac hint to him. I don't know if it's showing on the camera. Definitely base silver, but that keeps flashing purple to me. You'd like to swap the bridal white and the silver bells. Okie dokie. So which 2 would you like to add in instead? Possibly Diane, yeah. Sea green and a darker apple green. Okay. No, yeah. Dark apple. Possibly that one's darker. Oh, I see, yeah, so he is darker than your one there. And then sea green. Now, I've only got a couple of sea greens here, but there we go. So if you're happy with those two, if not, let me know and I can have a look for different shades. And then, are there any other swaps that you would like to do? Swap the yellow for Mystic Purple. Yes, of course. So swap for Mystic Purple. Have the sea have the sea green on the jewellery. Yes. And then, are there any others? All of these you're happy with as your loose pearls. Brilliant. And you're very, very welcome, Diane. Now, hopefully it won't be too long of the wait again with the Mystic Purple. So that's perfect if I pop these on here. So I'm glad you're happy with those. And Diane, thank you as well for the donations with your shells. That's safe up there, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Okay, so I'm just going to finish doing this updated order list. I think it's only Amy, I think it's only you to add on to it actually, because that order isn't for today. Let me just refresh here. Yeah. So let's add you on. So up next is Stacey Beach. Stacey, are you here? And here's the updated order list, my lovely. There you go. So yeah, Amy, four people away, I think. So not too long of a wait, hopefully. Okay, so, oh, Stacey, hello. Let me mark you as here as well. And you and your daughter are here. Hello to your daughter as well, as this is a gift from her. Oh, I love that. Well, I hope you're both going to be happy. I believe, let me just double check. Yep, this one has got 2 openings altogether. So which 2 openings would you like to have? Oysters, egg pops, or one of each? But you also, I believe there's still gifted pearls. Let me just have a sneaky peek. Yep, there's still gifted pearls left. I think there's two left, I think. Putting the lid back on. There we go. So Which two openings though would you like? Like oysters, you'd like to donate the shells, and your daughter is hoping for a raspberry. Fingers crossed that you get the raspberry. Right, let's go down. I'm going to do the gifted pearl first. Let me just turn this and then we'll do your openings afterwards. Oh, and your gifted pearl is, looks like a rose gold. Let me just have a closer look though. Yes, he is a rose gold. So again, at the end, you can choose to swap him, keep him, pop him on your jewellery, do with him as you treat him like a normal pearl. So that's your gifted pearl there. Moving straight on to your oysters then. So oyster number 1. Light pop there. Now there is a little bit of flesh on that side, but there's definitely no pearls there. I can see, however, it is turning into be a blue night tonight and a twinning night as well, because you have got 2 pearls in your first oyster. I think that they're Cinderella blues actually. They are indeed twinning Cinderella blues here. Beautiful. Moving on to oyster number 2. Fingers crossed for a raspberry for your daughter. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And you are twinning for a second time. Again, there's no more in that one. So twinning with yellow twins. And they look quite a larger, nicer size here as well. Just clean this up slightly. They are lemon twins. Now I've got a couple of bits to describe about these. So firstly, they look like they're slightly different shades. So this one, twin number 1, is slightly lighter than the first. Twin number 2 is slightly darker, as you can see. Actually, this one looks slightly more yolk yellow, and he does have a little point to him. Can you see that there? So all the way around, he's round, and then he's just got that slightest imperfection there. And of course, if you're not happy with that little point, we can swap him for you. Can I put it where we can see it possibly? There we go. So you've got a rose gold, twinning Cinderella blues, and twinning yellows. So I will need to know which colour you'd like on each half here, Stacey. And of course, if you're not happy with the pearls, I can swap them for you. So I'm just writing down the 2 halves so then we can write down which colour on each one. It is nearly the shape of a lemon. It does have that little, looks like it's been squeezed, doesn't it? Right, the rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Blue 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, he's a 6. Blue 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, he's a 6. And then lemon 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Yellow 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5 as well. So again, they are measuring the same size as each other. But those ones, like I said, one is slightly darker than the other. It's not a massive amount, as you can see, but it just catches your eye there slightly. Now, what do you think though? What would you like to do? Swap the rose gold for a raspberry for your daughter if I have any, and can I have a yellow for the mother side? Yes, do you have a preference on which yellow? So yellow number 1 is the lighter yellow. Yellow number 2 is the slightly brighter yellow with the point. Now I'm just having a look to see if I've got any raspberries. I've got this one. Seeing if I've got any. Is that one? Yeah. All the raspberries I've got are slightly smaller, if that's not a problem. So I'm just looking just to see. Okay, so I think that's all. Keep seeing flashes, but they're not raspberries, they're watermelons. Right, so I've got 3, so yes, we can swap in 1. And you'd like to have the lighter yellow. So lighter yellow on the mother, raspberry on the daughter. Are you happy with that raspberry there? Just going to write this down. I believe so, yes, Hannah. Stacey, yes, perfect. So then the other 3 pals here, are you happy with these colours, or are there any that you'd like to swap at all? Happy for them to be loose, brilliant. And no, you're very welcome. I hope you're both happy with everything. So if I bring you back up again and pop these in here. Thank you both for the donations with your shells. And Joe, I hope you're going to be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. Okay, up next today is Angelina Donal. Angelina, are you here? Is the BR Club the Baby Raspberry Club? We have all of the other jewellery that you've ordered from me, so we will love this one. Oh, bless you. Well, I'm glad you're happy with everything, Stacey. Kit, hello. I hope you're well. Oh, sorry, Kit. Oh my gosh. Hello. Let me double check. And yes, you don't need to confirm. I do have it down here. I always look at the top name, so I apologise for that. But okay, so hello. So you have got 2 4-pearl oysters, and then you've got 7 other openings. So while I get the 2 4-pearl oysters, which 7 would you like to have? Oysters or egg pops, or a mix of each? As always, if it's a mix of each, I'll need to know how many of each you'd like to have. So, how many did I say of these? 2 4-pearl oysters. And then which 7 would you like? Four pops, 3 openings. Yes. So, 1, 2, 3. And then, can I grab them all in one? I can. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right, let's go down. So again, where's my mouse? Sorry about that. Again, the pops are just hidden behind there, but let's do your gifted pearl. I think that this is the last gifted pearl now. And you have got a seafoam green. I'll double check the gifted pearl situation afterwards. But a seafoam green as your gifted pearl, my lovely. Again, you can swap him, you can keep him, you can pop him on the jewellery. It is yours to do with as you will. Okay, so if we then move straight on to your egg pops. With the oysters, would you like to keep or would you like to donate the shells? And overall, are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So egg pop number 1. 3 pearls in your first one. You've got a lighter dove grey, a gorgeous deeper darker rose gold, and a sunshine yellow. So dove grey, rose gold, and a sunshine yellow. Egg pop number 2. Donate the shells, perfect, and you're hoping for blues, purples, and greens. Oh, that was a beautiful pop. No more in that one. And you've got 2 pearls here. We've got an autumn peach. Again, I always just go to the side because it seems to focus on the sand when we go to the side. Have a jinx to myself. So, sorry about this. There we go. It's realised that the pearls is what it needs to be focusing on. There we go. So an autumn peach. And then a darker silver chocolate. So it's a base chocolate and then he's got this silver overtone. So autumn peach and silver chocolate. Now both these egg pops have got the same expression. I don't think I've ever had 2 out with the same expression at the same time before. Number 1. 4 pearls in that one. You've got a forest green, a beautiful brighter forest green, a dark chocolate with I'd say he's got a purple overtone, so definitely base dark chocolate, and he's sort of two-tonal here because he goes darker, but he does look like he's got that purple overtone. A slightly lighter rose gold, as you can see here, so lighter rose gold, and then a magenta, so forest green, dark chocolate, with that purple overtone, lighter rose gold to what we've got up here, and a magenta. And then your last egg pop. Three pearls in that one. So we've got another rose gold, again slightly lighter still, a darker silver bells, and then a yolk yellow, which is quite nice to see the differences in the yellows there. So a yolk yellow. Now, if we do the 2 4-pearl, let's just move these up slightly because we've got a few oysters to go. I'm going to do the 2 4-pearl oysters first, and then we'll do the normal oysters afterwards. So I'm just moving these over. I've made it so all the rose golds, and the peach is in a line there. I quite like that. So 4-pearl oyster number 1. light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Oh wow, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So of course we are quadding. Now the colours here, they sort of, I normally put the 4 pearls in order of size if they do come out in a different size. But I kind of want to do them in order of like a colour here. You've got a dove grey, then a lighter denim blue, then a seafoam green, and then we go straight into then an icy blue. So it sort of moves through the colour spectrum. So dove grey, denim blue, seafoam green and a icy blue. The second 4 pearl oyster. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. So again, we are quadding. I think the seafoam's looking even smaller because I have put him between the 2 big pearls, which is why I normally do them, like I say, in size order if they come out in different sizes, just so then they don't sort of get overshadowed by the ones either side. But with this opening, you have got a pastel, no, this is a mint green, so it's a very light mint green. If I hold it next to a seafoam, you can see it's not a seafoam, it is a very light mint green there. You've then got a darker denim. Now that's not quite Cinderella, it is definitely a darker denim blue. A golden peach, and then a rose gold. So a golden peach and then a rose gold. Moving through to your normal oysters now, Kit. So oyster number 1. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. You are twinning with autumn peach twins. So twinning with autumn peaches. I will sort of show you all the pearls again at the end. And if you would like me to pop them in a colour order at the end as well, just let me know. I'll be happy to do so. Or if you're happy to leave them as they are, that's absolutely fine. Your next oyster. Oh, that's just came off the shell there. There's your mother of pearl. And you are twinning for a second time. Twinning with lighter raspberry twins here. Again, they're not that dark, deep shade, but they do have that gorgeous raspberry tone. Leave them as they are, perfect. Let's just get this. There we go. Oh, So raspberry twins. And then I'm going to go do your last oyster, then I'll go through all of the colours again, because I know we've got some gorgeous lineups there. So I'll go from the start again. But last oyster, light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. You are twinning. And there's no more in that one. Twinning for a third time, and twinning with Seafoam Green Twins. And each set of twins really complement each other as well, actually. So you've got the Autumn Peach Twins at the top, the Raspberry Twins in the middle, and then the Seafoam Green Twins at the bottom. Moving across to the pearls on this side, you've got the Seafoam Green, Silver Bells, Dark Rose Gold, and a Sunshine Yellow. Darker Silver Bells, Autumn Peach, Forest Green, Dark Chocolate, Rose Gold, Magenta. Silver Bells, Rose Gold, Yolk Yellow. Dove Grey, Denim Blue, Seafoam Green, Icy Blue. Mint Green, Dark Denim Blue, Golden Peach, and a Rose Gold. Kit, what do you think to all of these? If you're, oh bless you. Well, I hope you're happy with them. Of course, if you're not happy with any of them, we can swap them for colours of your choice. And then I am going to need to know which ones you would like where. If, of course, you prefer some more time to think about it, you can take a screenshot and then email me your choices across. That's absolutely fine. So that's up to you what you'd like to do that way. Okay, so if I start measuring through, I'm going to start with the twins and then I'll go on to this side. And then just shout out whenever you know what you would like to do. So twin 1 with the Autumn Peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Twin 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7, so they're the same size. Raspberry number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Raspberry number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. And then Seafoam number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Seafoam number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. So they're all 7s there. Can we swap the Peachy Twins for dark blues for the earrings? I've got dark midnight blues at the moment. Would that be okay? Or would you like to wait for the TARDIS blues to come in? They shouldn't be too long, so it shouldn't be too long of a wait. Perfect with the midnight blues. Perfect. Let me show you. So not the peach ones, but the midnight. So those two there for the earrings. Okay, so I am then going to take them out once we've chosen them for the jewellery, just because then I can attach them on. Forest green on the dragon. Yes. I'm going to start with the larger pearls over here. So the rose gold at the end is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's not an 8.5. You have a 9. You're in the 9 club kit with that rose gold. So if you choose to keep that rose gold, whether he's loose or on the jewellery, you get a 9 club badge as well. Where did I put the 9 club badges? In here. So you are in the 9 club. Of course, you can definitely still swap it out if you would like to. It means that you don't get the badge if you don't keep the pearl, but obviously it's up to you. So yeah, 9 club with that very bottom peach there under the icy blue. Let me measure the other larger ones for you as well. So the denim is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. And the icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Okay, so I can carry on measuring the rest of them now. I just wanted to measure the largest ones in case you chose them for jewellery and then I'd miss measuring them, which is good because we've got a 9 club badge. Okay. Oh, I've just attached it on, but if you prefer to swap it out, I can obviously take that off. So with the rest of the items, do you know which colours you'd like where? I'll just again hold this still for a moment, then I'll go back through to carry on measuring them. Okay, so I've measured the twins and the larger ones. I'm just going to start from the beginning, so I don't think I've done this side yet. So seafoam number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, here's a 7.5. Can you swap the yolk yellow for a purple for the other necklace? Yes. Would you be happy with a Cadbury purple possibly? Let me show you what necklace does. Oh, yeah, I think this, no, that one's brighter. Let me show you this one. So yolk yellow, are you happy with that purple? Would you prefer like possibly a lavender? But if I write down that we're going to have a purple on there. Yes. Perfect. Dove grey at the top is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the first rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Sunshine yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he is a 7.5. The silver bells is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Dark chocolate with the purple overtone is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Second silver bells is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Oh, can you swap the bright pink for a dark red to go on the heart tree? Yeah, let me show you this red here. So I went for a burgundy red if you're happy with that one. So the heart tree, let me just double check to see which one, if my mouse works. There we go, let's have a look here. Ah, the heart tree, yep, so that's red is that one. Perfect. So we've got 2 more items to choose. Would you like me to tell you what they are, Kit? Yes, so you've got the Wonder Charm and the Shadow Tree Charm. So Wonder Charm and Shadow Tree Charm. I think they're the only 2 items left to pick for. Sea foam on the tree. I'm going to go for the single sea foam at the top there, if that's okay. So then it would just be the Wonder Charm. So sea foam green on there. I can continue to measure that. Did I stop? This one is a 6 and this one is a 6. The little burgundy silver on the Wonder. Is that this one? This chocolatey two-tone one? Oh no, don't be sorry, my lovely, it's absolutely fine. Yes, so that one on the Wonder. Perfect. So then it would just be with your loose pearls here. Are you happy with these colours, or are there any that you'd like to swap at all? Lobster fittings added. Yep, to which ones would you like to add lobster fittings? Thank you so much, Bab. What did you do? Yeah, please. But can you put it onto medium instead? Or low medium? Thank you, darling. On the icy blue, sea foam, and a rose gold. So I'm just going to grab the first rose gold. So those 3 there are with lobster fittings, if that's correct. I'm going to write it down, but let me know if I grabbed the wrong one that you were looking at. Oh, denim blue. Oh, so sorry. I've gone for the lighter denim blue, but if you prefer that darker one, let me know. So if I just zoom out, are you happy with those 4 there in the sort of wonky line at the edge? Yes, brilliant. Right, let me write down the denim as well. Okie dokie. And are there any other swaps or anything that you would like to do? I'll do an updated order list in a moment. I think I've got one person to add, but I haven't refreshed my page yet, so I'll let you know in a second. Oh, bless you, Kit. That's very kind of you. So you'd like to gift the yellow, a silver bells, this one, and a rose gold. So these three here you'd like to gift to the next couple of people on the order list. And then you're happy with the rest as your loose pearls. That's perfect. Just confirm for me though if it's those three. Yes, brilliant. Okay, well I'll pop those in Perline in a moment. Let me just pop the rest of your pearls in here for you. Let me bring you back up. Kit, I hope you're happy with everything there. Your invoice for the lobster fittings, that will get sent across for you tomorrow to the email address that's on the order form. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And I do hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. The twins on simple studs. The raspberry or the seafoam twins. Both? Okay, so both raspberry and sea foam. Let me just take them out the bag now. So raspberry number 1, sea foam number 1, sea foam number 2, and raspberry number 2. Okay, so that will be included all on the same invoice for you. Again, it will get sent across for you tomorrow. Oh no, it's not a problem. It's not a hold up at all. Yeah, I hope you're happy though. And there we go, that's up there. Perfect. So up next in today is Jane Dunn. Jane, are you here? Now let me just update the order list again. I'm just going to refresh. Why does my mouse keep... It's like it pops behind a screen, behind like one of the opening the page I've got open. It's like, hee hee, I'm hiding. It's so bizarre. Jane, hello, my lovely. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so Jane, you have got 3 openings altogether. Would you like to have oysters or egg pops, or a mix of each? As always, if it's a mix of each, I'll need to know how many of each you'd like to have. Let's mark that you're here as well, Jane. One egg pop, 2 oysters. You'd like to donate the shells. Okay, are there certain colours you're hoping for? So again, let's go down. I'm just going to pop the egg pop down here. So if we do your donated pal first. There we go. And you have got that sunshine yellow as your gifted pal. Again, you can choose to keep him, swap him, have him on your jewellery. Your egg pop, Jane. Three pearls in that one. You've got a darker silver bells, a lighter bridal white, and a light raspberry. So again, this is sort of the lightest raspberry we can seen so far, but it's a gorgeous larger one as well. So sunshine yellow, silver bells, bridal white, and a lighter, larger raspberry. Your oyster number 1. Sharp pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Is that a pearl, or that is a pearl? Jane, you are twinning with grass green twins. Now they do look like they're the slightest different shade to each other, but only just. But they are gorgeous grass green twins. And then oyster number 2. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. You have got a pinky rose gold, so rose gold base, but he does have that slight pinky overtone to him. Okay, what do you think to these, Jane? So sunshine yellow, silver bells, bridal white, and a raspberry pink. Twinning grass greens, and then a pinky rose gold. If you're happy with all of these colours, I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. If you're not happy, I can swap them for colours of your choice. Okay, so the yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Silver bells is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. No, he is a 7.5. Bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the pink, the raspberry pink, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Grass green number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Grass green number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. And the pinky rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He is a 7.5. Mackenzie, I haven't got an order come through from yourself, my lovely. Caroline, I did move you to Friday. If you'd like me to add you on for today, I can do so. But I did move you to Friday as per the email. But I'm happy to add you on today if you'd like to. You'd like to have the greens as simple studs, Jane? Yes. No, that's not a problem, Mackenzie. No, don't be sorry, Caroline. And yes, that's not a problem. I'll find that in a moment and do that for you. So yellow on the bracelet, Jane. Brilliant. And then we've got 2 other items to choose the colours for. Pinky rose gold on the cat. Okay. And then the raspberry on the anchor. Perfect. So then the other 2 pearls are the silver bells and the bridal white. Are you happy with those as your loose pearls, Jane? And then you'd like to have hoop fittings on the last 2. Okay, I've got that down for you. The hoop fittings and the studs will all be on the same invoice, and that will get sent across for you tomorrow. It will go to the email address that's on the order form. Jane, thank you for the donations with your shells. And I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And up next then today is Leslie Oliphant. Leslie, are you here? You're very, very welcome, Jane. Leslie, hello. Leslie, you've got 7 openings altogether. Which 7 would you like to have? Oysters or egg pops or a mix of each? As always, if it's a mix of each, I need to know how many of each you'd like to have. So I was just booking in the loyalty cards there as well. So let's get you back. And then which 7 would you like? Three pops for oysters. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 pops. Donating the shells. Okie dokie. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for overall? Sorry, my mouse is not wanting to play ball. So starting with your gifted pal. No, yeah. And you've got the darker, is it the darker silver bells here as your gifted pal? Hoping for Cinderella and olive green. Oh, okay. So egg pop number 1. Three pals in your first one. Oh, I love it. You've got a chocolate bronze, so gorgeous, brighter chocolate bronze. A lemon yellow, almost sunshine yellow there. And then a lighter two-tonal autumn peach. So it's lighter here, gets brighter, and then back into the lighter section or area. Egg pop number 2. Oh, 3 pals in that one. Again, a slightly lighter autumn peach. Two-tonal apple green. And he looks like he's got a slightly funky shape to him. So he's almost like a whitey creamy green there. Gets brighter apple green. Almost looks like he's got like a flatter area slightly there. And then back into that lighter section. So two-tonal apple green. And he's got a slight imperfection with his shape. And then a bright hot pink. And then your third egg pop. 4 pals with that one. So we've got a slightly lighter lemon yellow, a Simba peach, a darker gunmetal. He looks like he's got a hint of greeny blue to him, but definitely base gunmetal. And then a brighter raspberry. So raspberry, gunmetal with that greeny blue hint, lemon yellow and Simba peach. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Moving through to your oysters then. So oyster number 1. I don't know if I left enough room for the pals actually, so I might have to move the pals up that are in the sand already. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. You are twinning with your first oyster. Twinning with, hang on. Yeah, I want to say lilac purples. Yeah, they are lilac purple twins. Oyster number 2. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Carrie, bless you. Thank you for the stars, my lovely. There's no more in that one, and you do have a pinky rose gold. So I'm actually just going to pop that here just to make this up to a row of 4. So pinky rose gold there. Your next oyster. Light pop there. There's no more in that one. And there's no more in that one. You have got a watermelon, I believe. Lynn, bless your heart. Thank you for the stars as well. Again, I really do appreciate it. So yes, if I pop this one underneath the raspberry, they're very close. In fact, oh, he looks, now he's in the sand, he looks more raspberry. So it is sort of on the cusp of being a watermelon raspberry there. And then moving on to your last oyster possibly. Yes, your last one. Slight double pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And that one was very, very juicy. But you are twinning with bridal white twins, Leslie. Where did they go? There we go. Okay, bridal white twins. So you've got the lilac twins and bridal white twins. You've then got silver bells, chocolate bronze, lemon yellow, autumn peach, rosy gold pink, bright pink, two-tonal apple, and another autumn peach. Then we've got raspberry, dark gunmetal with the slight greeny blue hint, a lighter yellow, and then a simba peach, and then that raspberry watermelon colour on the end. What do you think to all of these? If you're happy with these, Leslie, they are yours, and I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. If you're not happy, I can swap them for colours of your choice. And then again, I will need to know which ones you would like where. Okay, so if I start running these through the board for you, starting with your twins, lilac number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Twin 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he is a 7.5. Bridal white number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Bridal white number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5 as well. Moving over to your other pearls, the silver bells is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Chocolate bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. The brighter yellow is not a 5, whoa, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Pinky rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Bright pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Two-tonal apple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the second peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. The raspberry is not a 5, not a 5. Oh, sorry, no, he is a 5.5. The dark gunmetal is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Lighter yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the Simba peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. And then that last watermelony raspberry is not a 5, not a 5.5, he is a 6. Can you have the two-tonal apple on the crystal? Yeah. Grey silver bells on the turtle possibly, and swap the light autumn peach for Cinderella for the jellyfish. So apple green, silver bells, and swap the lighter autumn peach for a Cinderella. So obviously that swap, there will be just a slight weight on that, but hopefully not too much of a weight, my lovely. And that's going on the turtle. Perfect. So then Leslie, the rest of these pearls, are you happy with these, or are there any colour swaps that you'd like to make here? Jump rings on both twins. Yes, I can. So on the lilacs and on the whites, of course. What do you think to these ones? Are you happy with those, or are there some that you'd like to swap? You'd like to gift the other peach and the darker yellow forward. Bless you, of course you can. And then you'd like to, then you're happy with the rest as your loose pearls. Leslie, I hope you're happy with everything there. That's very kind of you with those two. I will add them into Pearline in just a moment. Your invoice for the jump rings, that will get sent across for you tomorrow. It will go to the email address that's on the order form. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well, Leslie. And yeah, I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives. Up next then today is Amy Jane. Amy, are you here? Leslie, you're very welcome. Amy, hello. You've sent a loyalty card over as well. Okie dokie, let me have a look. Shirley, bless you. Thank you for the stars. Amy, that's perfect. So Amy, you've got 4 openings altogether. Which 4 would you like to have? Oysters or egg pops, or a mix of each? If it's a mix of each, I'll need to know how many of each you'd like to have. Sorry, I was trying to book in the cards and talk at the same time then. My brain didn't want to. One pop, 3 oysters. Donate the shells. So 1, 2, 3. 1 pop. And let's go down. We're going to start with the gifted pal for you, and then we'll do the egg pop afterwards. Amy, are there certain colours you're hoping for? And you have got a rose gold as your gifted pal. Now, moving on through to your egg pop, so good luck. Hoping for chocolate bronzes. Okay. 4 pals in your egg pop. You have got a very dark, oh, he's a 2-tonal gunmetal, so he's dark here, gets slightly lighter and then gets dark again, so 2-tonal gunmetal. A silver bells and then a dove grey, so sort of going down in the silver department there, quite nice, and then a Simba peach to end it there. So 2-tonal gunmetal, silver bells, dove grey and a Simba peach. Oyster number 1. Slight double pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Amy, you are twinning with Seafoam Green Twins. There we go. Is it focused? There we go. Sorry about that. Seafoam Green Twins. Oyster number 2. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Oh, I felt one on either side of my finger then. Twinning. And there's no more in that one. No, Gemma. So basically, if somebody adds, if there's gifted pearls in there and then somebody adds to that, it then just gets added to the mix and they still go 1 each to the next couple of people who are here on the list. Unless specified to go to like certain people with names, I always do it where they just sort of add to how many, like, so it always goes to 1 person and then it just carries on that way. So your next twinning is, if I put them next to it, so they are slightly darker than the first 2, but again, within themselves, they look like they're slightly different shades. So the one under the peach is slightly darker than the first. Again, I'd say they're in between a seafoam green and a grass green. I don't think they're quite dark enough to be standalone grass greens, but they're definitely, as you can see there, sort of in between tones there. Your last oyster then. Lights pop there. There's your mother of pearl. You are twinning for a third time, Amy. Twinning with denim blue twins. Now they are very, very close. If you have a look here, they are all so close to each other. Look at those denim blues. Beautiful. So from the top you've got rose gold, then two-tonal gunmetal, a silver bells, a dove grey and a simba peach. Then twinning seafoam greens, twinning sort of seafoam grass greens and twinning denim blues. You love them, but now you have to think, well, that is it, Amy. What do you think you'd like to do? So we need to know which one's on the earrings and which one on the pendant. And of course, if we'd like to swap some, then that's perfect. Let me know and we can do that. So if I start measuring them for you, then just shout out whenever you know what you would like to do. The rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, here's a 7.5. Two-tonal gunmetal is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, here's a 7. Silver bells is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, here's a 7.5. Dove grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, here's a 7. Simba peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, here's a 7.5. Then seafoam number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, here's an 8. Seafoam number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, here's an 8. So they're the same size there. With the seafoam grass green twins, so the ever so slightly lighter one of the two, which is number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, here's a 7.5. Twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's not a 7.5, he's an 8, so they are slightly different sizes as well. And then denim blue number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And denim blue number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7 as well. See 3 chocolate bronzes for the yellow, the silver bells and the dove grey. Okay, now let me see. I'm just going to look for 2 the same sort of tone and size for a minute. What do you think to those? Yes, and then you'd like those on the set. Okay. Perfect. Now with the rest of these, Amy, are you happy with those or are there any that you'd like to swap at all? Seafoams on simple studs and invoice you. So these ones here, so that one and that one, not the seafoamy greens or the denim blues. Okay, and then are you happy with these ones as your loose pals? And then pin caps on the rest of them. Yes, of course. Okay, so if I pop these in here, perfect, Amy. So the invoice, it will all be included on the same invoice for you, and that will get sent across for you tomorrow. It will go to the email address on the order form. My brain's gone all of a sudden. Amy, no, you're very, very welcome. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And that's safe up there for you. Have I had a drink? I have. I've drank all of my tea, and I have asked Aaron for a mint tea as well, which I think he's bringing for me in a minute. So yeah, I've just sort of drank while the camera's been down, I guess. Now, Amy, you're very, very welcome. I do need to take a quick comfort break. So I hope you don't mind. Aaron is coming to talk to you guys. Up next will be Carrie Bully. So Carrie, if you're here, you're up next. I hope you don't mind. I do just need to... I will wait until Aaron's here to talk to you. I can count how many we've got actually while I just wait for Aaron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 openings and 1, 2, 4 pearl. Carrie, bless you. Thank you, my lovely. So yeah, I'll only be a moment. I think he's coming now. Yeah, he's just coming now. And then I will be back and then we'll do your openings. Thank you, Bab. I need to go.
How is everybody? So, we all know the drill. What are we doing? What are we saying? What are we crafting? Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Hey Wanda, how are we? Hey Carrie, yeah, week's been alright. Couple of days in, apparently. Oh, everything just kind of blurs together lately. One day is another day. Combined, a mixing in of sweaty heat. Oh. Hello Leslie, hello Terry, evening Shirley. How is everybody? Come on, fill me in. What are we doing? What are we saying? What are we crafting? Anyone got any news to share? Hey Peggy, so you are packing to come over to the UK for your son to play cricket? Oh, very nice. Well, it is lovely and sweaty and warm here at the moment. However, tomorrow it may be absolutely hammering it down with rain. So, yeah. The joys of the UK and our undeciding weather. I can't think of the right wording I want to use there, but best of luck to your son playing cricket. Who's he playing for? What's he doing? It is, Carrie. I appreciate, not as hot as other countries do get, but it's a different kind of heat. So melting you, but not actually being that hot kind of heat. Talking about cricket, your daughter's been handpicked to play to represent her school. Ooh, very nice. Best of luck to her, Sarah. You understand the heat is very hot heat also. You're not doing anything but moaning about how sweaty it is. This is the UK. If it's warm, we're not happy that it's warm. If it's cold, we're not happy that it's cold. And when it rains, we're not happy that it's raining.
I'm happy when it rains.
There's kind of a middle ground where it's like, yeah, this is acceptable weather. Glastonbury gates open tomorrow. Okay.
That's one we've never done, isn't it?
What?
Glastonbury.
I don't think we've done any festivals, have we?
Kind of. I suppose not festival as in stay over festival, no.
Yeah. Glastonbury download.
I'd like to go to, what's the one Mum and Dad used to do? Glaston Budget. I'd like to do that one.
Fair enough. Muggy heat. Yes, that is exactly right, Carrie. Absolutely muggy heat. It's not technically that hot, but you'll be sitting inside absolutely melting. And we're not really built for it here. Whereas places like America, you'll have aircon everywhere and the houses don't retain heat. I'm in what I would refer to as a new build. It's 11 years old, but still technically classed as a new build. They retain every drop of heat. Lovely in the winter, terrible in the summer.
I'm ready.
She's ready. Doodly pips.
Thank you very much, Bob. Sorry, I was ready.
I guess.
I needed to run off.
It's okay.
I sort of explained that I was going before you came. Anyway, thank you, Bob. Okay, so Carrie, are you here? Wait, what's my... I've got my time on my microphone for now. Sorry, I had to run off then. I think Aaron was shocked because I literally... Normally I introduce him, don't I? But I was already on my way out. Doesn't matter. Anyway, Carrie, hello. So I counted before I left 8 openings and 2 4-pearl oysters. Is that correct? I can go through and double check if not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 openings and 2 4-pearl oysters. So if I get the 2 4-pearl oysters for you, with the other 8, would you like to have oysters or egg pops? Or a mix of each? I'm going to say we're fully booked for today. It will be a slightly, I mean, it'll still probably be just before midnight, possibly. But yeah, if I say fully booked for today, because then I can get up early to start packaging all the orders. 4 pops for oysters. Okay, Carrie. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then, can I do it in one handful? Kind of. Oh no, I'm going to show you. That one's open, so I'm not going to use that one because pearls may have escaped. Oh, in fact, there's literally no pearls in there, so pearls have escaped. So let's get you a different egg. There we go. That one's fully closed. If we start with your gifted pearl though, let's go down. Are there certain colours you're hoping for, Carrie? So good luck. And your gifted pearl is an autumn peach. So, egg pop number 1, good luck, my lovely. Let's see what comes out. Okay, so we'll see what comes out and then go from there. 3 pearls in your first one, which just screams sort of summer vibes to me. They're so bright, bold colours. Now, this is a slightly squished pebble, two-tonal yellow. So, squished pebble, because if I hold it like this, it looks like it's just been slightly squished than the full circle. So, a two-tonal squished pebble yellow. A Simba peach and a amber. Oh, it's like a two-tonal amber. He's slightly darker, but yeah, I believe he is a two-tonal amber. Your next egg pop. 3 pearls in that one. You have got a sunshine yellow, a darker rose gold, and a Cinderella blue. Your next egg pop. 4 pearls in that one, a bridal white, a candy floss pink, again a golden peach actually, that one, and then a darker, is that a midnight? I think that's a dark midnight blue. And then your last of the egg pops. Oh, 2 pearls in that one. So you've got a rose gold and a brighter pink. Again, slightly funky with his shape with that one. So then if we move on to the 4 pearl oysters, I think, and then go through to the normal ones afterwards, Carrie. So 4 pearl oyster number 1. Slight double pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And I can see a couple of peepers. We are quadding. So I am going to do smallest to largest with these. I've just seen that you may want to colour order at the end. That's absolutely fine. I'll still just line them up as they come out of the oysters as we are, but then at the end, if you would like that, I'm happy to move them around then. So we've got a bridal white, a lemon yellow, a grass green, and a Cinderella blue. Slightly lighter than this one, but there's definitely not a lot in it. Very, very similar. Your next 4 pearl oyster. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And you, of course, are quadding. With your second quad, you have got a silver bell, so a lighter silver bells, just slightly darker than a dove grey. A lighter Pepsi blue. Yeah, I will say that's a lighter Pepsi blue, a creamy white, and then a brighter pink. Okay, then moving on to your normal oysters. So oyster number 1. Light pop there. And then it's blue sky, Amy. Green grass, blue sky. So let's have a squidge in here. You've got a lighter silver bells again. It's slightly too dark to be a dove grey, but it is a lighter silver. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up the row of 4 starting at the top, so just up here, if I pop it up here. Your next oyster. Sharp pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Now look down there. Ooh. You have triples. Oh no, sorry, that's just popped out there. You are quadding. No, yes, quadding. Oh my gosh, I can't count. 4 pearls in that oyster. Let me just dry that one up as well. Can I squeeze these in at the bottom? We'll see. We've got a blurple, a darker Pepsi blue, a rose gold, and a, looks more autumn peachy, doesn't he? Two more oysters to go, so let's just change this over. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. Okay, we've got again a rosy gold, very, very light. It's almost like a cream with like a slight pinky rose gold overtone. So he's extremely light here, but especially if we show you actually next to the whites. Oh, I don't know, can you see that? To me, he's definitely got that pinky tone to him. And then your last oyster. Sharp pop there. There's your mother of pearl. You are twibbing with grass green. Oh, it could. It's actually. It's a mix between pickle. It's a pickle. It's a mix between pickle and grass green. Oh, maybe no. I think possibly more. No, sorry, they are pickle greens. I think that's the first pickle of the night as well. Pickle green twinning pearls. Carrie, what do you think? Now, like I said, if you'd like me to pop them in that colour order, I can do so. If I just measure the pickles first, because they are quite large. So number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Cinderella is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. The pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. The peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Silver Bells is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. So your largest are 8.5. I just wanted to go through and measure the largest for you, Carrie, just in case we had a 9. But no, the largest ones are 8.5. So, colour order. May take me just a moment. Oh. So I'm going to start with the lighter ones at the top, I think, today. So bridal white, creamy, another bridal white, then that creamy, then the pinky cream, then we'll go into the rose golds. So rose gold number 1 and number 2, number 3, and then the darker golden peach, autumn peach, and Simba peach. Then the two-tonal amber, the darker yellow, Simba peach, sorry, the sunshine yellow, lemon yellow, two-tonal yellow, and then we can go pickle number 1, pickle number 2, grass green, then let's go dark Pepsi, light Pepsi, lighter Cinderella, darker Cinderella, blurple, then the brightest two-tonal funky pink, then the medium pink, then the candy pink, and then let's end with the 2 lighter silver bells and that darker midnight blue, which really should have been in here somewhere, but I've popped them at the bottom. Look at all of those. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 29 pearls there, Carrie. Do you know which ones you would like where? Of course, if there's any swaps that you'd like to do, we can do that for you. If you prefer to take a screenshot and then you can email me the colours across, that's absolutely fine as well. Or if you know now, we can do that for you now as well. So I'll just need to know which ones you'd like where, and of course, if there's any colour swaps. So you'd like to swap the 2, oh no, don't go over here, 2 whites for burgundies for the earrings. If you're happy with those ones there. Silver bells on the elephant. The smaller silver bells or the larger silver bells on the elephant? And which... smaller, perfect. Then do I have any grape purples to swap for the peach? The larger peach or the smaller peach? And I can have a look for you. I'm not sure if I do. I think I've got silver purples, if I've still got any of those. Yes, I have got silver purple. That one's kind of a grape. Let me show you this one. So this one's, I haven't got any sort of tree grapes at the moment, but this one's a silver purple, which is kind of great, but he is lighter. What do you think to that one? So you'd like to swap the larger peach. So yeah, is that too much of a different colour? Love him. Can you have him on the butterfly? Yes. I don't have any Pepsis at the moment. No, there would be a wait for the Pepsi. So if you don't mind waiting, I can do that for you. If you prefer not to wait, is there a different colour you would like to have? So I'm just having a sip of my tea. What have I missed? Oh no, bless you, Carrie. No, take as long as you need, my lovely. I completely understand being organised, because obviously if you've got different items of jewellery wear colours that you know what you want, if you get those colours out, then obviously it's a lot easier to say, actually I want those on there. But other than that, then definitely take the time you need to. Wait list for the earrings and swap the cream and the lightest yellow. So the lightest yellow and the cream. So swap for 2 Pepsi blues for the earrings, and then Pepsi on there. Oh, and that's all of your items of jewellery chosen for. Yep, so it would just be with these then, Carrie, if there are any other colours that you'd like to swap at all. Let me have a look for Pepsi blue. Pepsi, 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 Pepsi. Okay. Invoice you for lobster on one of the Cinderellas and one of the pickles and the midnight. So lobster fitting on those 3 there, of course. And then are you happy with the other 3 as your loose, not other 3, sorry, other pearls as your loose pearls? I only said 3 because I'm doing invoice for the lobster fittings on the 3 pearls. Happy with the rest? Brilliant. So hang on, Cinderella, a Tropical and the Midnight. Okay, perfect. And no, Carrie, you're very, very welcome. I'm glad you're happy with all of those. Your colour order is beautiful. So I hope you're going to be happy with everything once it arrives as well. Let me pop all of these in here. As always, thank you for the donations with your shells as well, Carrie. The invoice will get sent across tomorrow for you to the email address on the order form. Oh, bless you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you for the stars as well, Carrie. So that's on there for you, and then that's safe up there. So again, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Okay, and up next then today is Caroline Sylvester. Caroline, are you here? I like to, it's an extra appreciation. Oh, bless you. Well, I really do appreciate it, but yeah, please don't feel like you have to. Caroline, hello. Oh, sorry. Do you know when you have an itch? I had an itch on my head, and then do you know when the itch then like grows and like sorry about that. I had the itch and then like the whole forehead was like, ooh. Sorry. Caroline, you've got 2 openings and a 4 pearl oyster. I'm just marking that you're here. So which 2 openings would you like to have? If I get the 4 pearl oyster for you, which are the 2? I think we've still got a gifted pearl as well. Yeah, still got a gifted pearl in there. I think it's the last gifted pearl as well. So perfect. Oh, Scott, bless you, bless your heart. Thank you for the stars as well. 1 of each, okie dokie. So 1 and 1. Donate the shells. And let's go down. So starting with your gifted pearl, and overall, Caroline, are there certain colours you're hoping for? Oh, there we go, and it is, sorry, doing it with my left hand apparently is a lot more backwards. The yellow, now it is that sort of lemony, yolky kind of yellow. So he is yours. You can keep him, swap him, put him on the jewellery, up to you. Now starting with your egg pop, so good luck. Four pearls in there. You've got, again, it's like a squished pebble pastel green. He does have a couple of little darker spots on him as well. So light pastel green with some spots, and here's a slightly squished pebble. You've got a darker gunmetal grey, a blush pink, and a really, really bright, and he's mottled red. Now I'd say that's not more of a blood orange actually, sort of mixed between blood orange and like a cranberry red. But I think it's a base blood orange. He is so, so bright though. Look at him. Gorgeous. I don't remember seeing that pearl before. Obviously I must have to make up the egg pop, but that is gorgeous. Sorry, you've got sucked in there. Right, so moving on to your oysters. Let's do your 4 pearl oyster first. So in here. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. You are, of course, quadding. So 4 pearls in your 4-pearl oyster. We've got a seafoam green, a two-tonal, it's like a mix between a lavender and a mystic purple, and a periwinkle. Sort of got all sort of in between tones there. You've then got another seafoam green but slightly larger, and then an even larger, slightly funky shape, so it's not fully round, bridal white. So quite a cool opening there, quite funky, unusual pearls in that one. And then moving on to your normal oyster. Light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And you are twinning with lilac purple pearls. Now these twins, one does look slightly larger than the other. I will of course measure them in a moment. But yeah, so the one that's under the other purple, it looks visually slightly larger than the other. So from the top you've got yellow, pastel apple green, gunmetal grey, blush pink, and then that blood orange red. Seafoam green, two-tonal purple, seafoam green, bridal white, and then twinning lilacs at the bottom. Caroline, I'll need to know which ones you would like where. If you're happy with these, then of course that's perfect. If you're not happy, then we can swap them for colours of your choice. If you'd like some more time to think about it, you can take a screenshot and then email me your choices across if you would prefer to. So the yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Pastel green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Gunmetal is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The blood orange red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. First seafoam is not a 5, not a 5.5, he's a 6. Two-tonal purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Second seafoam is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. And then twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. So they are measuring different sizes there. Green from the pop for a lighter dove grey for the bracelet. Yeah. So that one there, if you're happy with that one. Could I match the blush pink? I can have a look for you. Oh, that one's just slightly larger. So the issue is that I think I can match the colour, but it's just that I think... Okay, so that one is the same size, but they are the slightest bit different with the shade. So your one is the one which is closest to that white there, but the one I've added in is just ever so slightly brighter. Now there's not a lot in it, I don't know if you can see the difference, but there is that slight difference. So I say that that one is the closest that I've got. So it just depends whether you're happy with that slight difference. If you are happy with that one, is there one that you'd like to swap to obviously have that one, or if you're not happy, I can possibly pop you on a waiting list for one to match. Swap for gunmetal. You'd like to be invoiced for simple drop earrings with those. Okay. Yeah, and do you know which colour you'd like on your other item? No pearl on the charm. Okay. Larger sea foam on a lobster. Yeah. Brilliant. And then the rest of these here, are there any other colour swaps that you'd like to do? Or are you happy with these as your loose pearls? Happy with those? Okie dokie. Well, I'm glad you're happy. Your invoice for your fittings and earrings will get sent across for you tomorrow, and that will go to the email address that's on the order form, Caroline. Thank you as well for the donations with your shells, and I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well, my lovely. And that's safe up there for you. You're very, very welcome. And that then leaves us to the end of the live for today. So like I said, we're ending slightly earlier than normal. No, Caroline, honestly, it's not a problem at all to change. Yeah, not a problem at all. So yeah, let me just double check Pearline. So we're finishing slightly earlier than normal. Yeah, there's no more in there. So we're going to be live again on Friday evening. We'll be live from around 8 p.m. So if you would like to order for Friday, you can do so, and I will. You'll get an email to confirm your booking. If you'd like to join us on Friday, I'd love to see you. But I hope you have a brilliant rest of your week, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.